Welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. Brought to you by PlayNFC.com.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. Look at this trio right here. Greg Ambrosius, along with two NFBC Hall of Famers, John Pausma to my left, Shawn to my right. We're going right to John. Forget about you, Shawn, for a second here. Johnny, we got a Rotowire Online Championship Beat John Pausma League here right now. A lot of good players in this one. You've got the sixth pick. You think you can hold these guys off tonight?
I don't know. It's a pretty good crowd. It looks like good teams. We'll see what happens. Never been in one of these Beat John Pausma leagues before, right. But let's give it a try.
Johnny's the defending champ of our $150,000 grand prize Rotowire Online Championship. He won it last year, 2024 champion, and he had Shohei Ohtani and Jose Ramirez from the 8th spot. That was in the Beat Peter Shanky League. Peter's the president, the founder of Rotowire.com, and he let you win this damn thing. Or did you earn it? Did you earn it?
I earned it. Hopefully I mean, that was a nice start, right? I don't think I'll get that tonight, probably.
Yeah, that'll be tough. Shawn, what do you think? Rotowire Online Championship, 12-teamer. You've been with us for 22 years now. You've yet to win a national title, I'll just say that, but you are a Hall of Famer. But what do you think? We're going to have some fun tonight?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I actually, I was earlier signed up for one of those draft champions, I saw you had one spot left. I go, would it be inappropriate for me to jump in there?
No.
And then be drafted, but try to, be on auto or something. But the Peter Shanky thing, 2 years ago, I was in his league. I didn't get it done. I should have, and I saw it last year, and I didn't jump in again. Yeah. I should have. I would have changed the outcome of the game.
I'm glad you did, Shawn.
Those beats are fun to do for sure. So
somebody could win it right here tonight. Here we go.
Somebody could win it right here. Absolutely. All right, let me just grab this one right here. All right, here's our board right here. 12 teams, 30 rounds. Just so everybody knows, Rotowire Online Championship. This is our 17th year for this contest. 12 teams, 30 rounds with Fab every week. $150,000 grand prize. I think we pay the top 40 or so. Pay the top two in each league. First place is $1,400. Second place is $700. So fun contest. And we got some veterans in this one. Again, post your comments, your questions in the chat. We'll address them. As I mentioned earlier, we had 6 people who got their top 3 preferences. Nobody got lower than a 7th preference. John got his 6th preference in the 6th spot. Last night when I interviewed John, he said he kind of wanted the middle. You'd like to go 1, 2, 3, but you take the middle before the end. Shawn, what's your KDS?
I don't have one yet.
Really? You're just going butter?
Well, I think I haven't done enough drafts, so when I get the main events, if I let it run the first time, and if I get an early pick, I'll probably try to move to maybe to 10 or something, or unless I like something. But I kind of wait to see what I get on the first one, and then kind of pivot there. And unless I really, really want somebody, I'm pretty flexible in most years. Take my chances.
So most people were telling me this week on our podcast they want a 1, 2, 3, maybe top 5 in a 15-teamer, and then they wanted to go back to the back end. John said he kind of liked the middle. When I was talking with Clark, he liked the back end because he thought the second round kind of teetered off after 20 or so. What are your thoughts, Shawn, on a 15-teamer?
Yeah, I definitely think that the first few picks in a 15-teamer in the second round have the advantage where they get a really good player, they can go and dictate their direction, and then you get caught in the middle rounds where you have to kind of make a decision unless somebody slides. So it's a really difficult. I think you really kind of have to like somebody in that range, and I'm kind of, I guess, neutral right now, and I haven't drafted enough where I have a real strong opinion what I want to do. So I'm just kind of doing a couple of draft champions to get a feel for it, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Hey, here we go. Ohtani's
we're off.
To me. Oh.
Ohtani did not fall to 6, but he did fall to 2. Bobby Witt, Ohtani. Aaron Judge, 3. So those are the top 3 usually. I'll ask you, Shawn, if you got the first pick, who are you taking?
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of said that, Witt had a chance to beat Ohtani, but I mean, Ohtani was pretty damn good, and the Dodgers are going to score a lot of runs. Yep. It's a different, scenario. I mean, you're taking a DH or shortstop. it really, I guess, always comes down to who do you really like in that second, third round to pair with, So if right now that's who is that player with Ohtani? Is it a pitcher? Is it a shortstop? And same thing with Witt. Are you going to pair him with another big bat? And so the combination of the two players is what I really more think about. So I have no problem taking Witt. He was actually one of the draft champions I did went in front of Ohtani. So is that been happening a lot?
Yeah, it's been happening.
It seems like it has been happening quite a bit lately.
Yeah, I mean, Ohtani is still the consensus number one, but it has been going that way. There's Juan Soto, and then we'll let John make his pick and talk about it. The one thing I will say, and I've done a draft as well, the shortstop position is really deep. I mean, there's a lot of good shortstops. You look at second base, and it's like, yikes. I wouldn't mind getting in years past, it was shortstop. You wanted to fill that position, but it is pretty deep this year. Am I wrong, Shawn?
Yeah, it definitely is. There's a couple players that I think will qualify at second base to kind of maybe, improve the inventory, but be more of a guys that will, hit some home runs or something like that. But I think last year with a lot of the second basemen were more speed guys, and there was a couple that hit home runs. But the inventory has definitely changed. There's a drop off. I mean, you can shortstops. There's probably like 15 or 16 of them that are pretty good, and maybe even a couple that you could, live within a 15-team league if you got an advantage at another position.
Yep. All right. There's Jose Ramirez coming back to the championship roster for John. Are you surprised he was there or not?
Yeah, I figured I would have a choice of. I mean, it would be one of Jose or Gunnar for my choices there, and I wanted to click Jose before Team 5 changed his mind, so I'm glad I got him.
Okay. Yep. And would you have picked Gunnar if?
I think I would have. Yeah. Right.
He kind of hits your mold, right?
Yeah,
2020,
those guys.
pretty good average. Yeah. We can read you like a book. We knew you were going to pick there. Right. All right. Gunnar goes to 7, and then Corbin Carroll. Here we got a question right here, Shawn. I'll let you. How early do you believe Skeens and Scuba will go into main events? We were talking about this last night with John, and we talked about it with Clark. I mean, in the draft champions, you're seeing one pitcher, two pitchers maybe go into first round. In the DC or in the online championship, you're probably just seeing Skeens. What do you think happens when we get to the main event? 3 or 4 starting pitchers in the first 15 or not?
I just think the 2 will go in the first round.
Really?
I mean, I guess as soon as Skeens gets on the mound and Scooble, if they're striking out a lot of guys and there's a lot of velocity there, you get a little more confident. And then, when you get to the live events, the players are more willing to push the pitching and not chase it around, and they'll make the trade-offs for the bat. So I definitely think that Skeens will, hold value, and somebody that's a pitching guy will take a shot in the middle rounds. And especially some people will have, 2 or 3 main events. So they'll say, you know what, I'm on a Skeens team and I want to see how it works out. I did that in the first draft champions and, pushed it in and to see what happened. But if I saw I think you had a draft board up somewhere, and I saw that Skeens went in the second or something. I was like, well, that would be pretty good. I wish I would have picked in the back, and that would be a pretty good combination. I don't know who the first player was, but it's an intriguing player, Skeens, because it's short resume, kind of guy that I think that's in the realm of a Strider, but he didn't pop as many strikeouts last year. But he's a big guy. He's a horse. He's going to get a lot of innings. Throws hard. Going to get more strikeouts, and it just looks like it's going to happen. I just talked to him.
You talked to both going here right here at the 12. So nobody for the first 11 picks as far as starting pitchers, and then a Skeens Scooble.
There we go.
There you go. Talk about that. Can you win with that, Shawn?
Yeah, you can win with that, especially in the 12-teamer. I think there's some advantages. The thing is, though, if that person does that, they still have to kind of somewhat stay on the gas on the pitching staff and make sure they get their closers and be strength on the pitching side of the equation. But sometimes they'll take 2 strong aces and then, wait till like round 15 and take another pitcher. Kind of like what I did in that other draft that you were watching. Right. I think in 12 rounds, I had 2 closers and 2 Skeens and Cole. And I think Skeens and Scooble are a little bit better. So, it's he can win with that. 12-teamer, draft flows are a little bit different, and, just how you want to build it and where do you want to get your advantage.
All right, John, someone who was picking before you is asking who you're looking at in the second round.
Probably an Oakland A guy because, that's,
They're not the Oakland A's anymore, damn it.
Yeah, because when the name comes up, I know where the guy's from, so he's that's a tell. I don't know what pick he is, but.
I know you don't, but it's before John, so there. So John's not going to reveal. Julio Rodriguez dropping all the way to what do we got? 17 here, huh?
I kind of like 17, that combination.
17, yeah, that's a good combination.
Yeah, Julio Carroll, that's real nice.
Yeah.
Or bets. There's some nice combinations here.
Does John play it kind of close to the vest when he's got a public draft here? Stay within the realm of the ADP. Don't move any guys around. Stick to
Whoever's
the
on top of the queue. Yep.
Yeah.
Right now, Vlad's on top. So let's see what happens. Oh, there he goes.
Well, as soon as you mention the guys, they always take them. So don't mention them until you're okay.
He did actually get to pick before he mentioned them. It was close. It was right there at the wire. John's not afraid of having people see what his strategies are. Come on.
Look at that. 2 yellows, 2 greens, 2 greens, two blues, 2 greens. Kind of interesting draft, huh?
Let's see if we see 2 pinks here.
No, I'm gonna take a yellow, and I'm gonna take Crochet.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you were a Boston fan.
Hey, he mentioned last night that he could move up, be one of them near the first round in the main events. What do you think, Shawn? You're a Boston guy.
I don't know. I actually think DeGrom is a guy that could fly up a lot past that.
That's what he said. If he pitches well in spring, right?
Yeah. Crochet, I mean, really, really intriguing guy, but it's still a short sample size, and he looks electric and all that stuff. But
I'm just trying to pump him up here a little bit. Let's get going.
That's almost a first rounder in the 15 team.
It almost is.
We're getting close.
And taking him ahead of Wheeler too is saying something,
well, maybe
right?
Wheeler will make it back. Let's see.
Yeah, could be in a 12-teamer. You never know.
Wheeler will go here in the corner.
Wow, there's a lot of people that they talk about avoiding the AL East pitchers, because they're a lot of offense there. Tampa, or even the better ballpark or stuff like that. So I don't know.
All right, Contreras.
Is that your way of saying you don't like the pick, Shawn, or what?
No, I like him. I guess I think that I like him at the 5th maybe pitcher, instead of the 3rd. But I get it. You could be hitting on the next big thing. Like the Red Sox did a good job when they got Pedro. Maybe Crochet's the Pedro, lefty Pedro, or something like that, or Randy Johnson, and they got their ace that they've been lacking for a few years.
Contreras goes at 21. His ADP is 23. Shawn, too high for a catcher, or is he just so dominant for our favorite Brewers?
I think that he's a really, really good player. Just needs to, hit a little more fly balls, a lot of ground balls there, and he really hits the ball hard. Doesn't steal a ton of bases, but gets some. But I think the profile's decent. But is it that big of an advantage to take him in the 2nd round? I'm not sure, especially in a 12-teamer where you're knocking out 3 other teams where you can get better options at catcher or something. There is some really kind of, I haven't done the whole research, but I got up to 22 catchers. There's a couple in the, from say 13 to 22 that there's a couple that are pretty good options. And if you get beat and you get both of them, I think you'll be okay. And I do like some of the ones in the middle too.
You can throw.
I think this year catchers up and down, at various points, you get a lot of nice choices all the way up and down the draft board this year. It feels like a little bit more than last year.
I'm contemplating taking the trifecta of Pittsburgh Pirates catchers. Take Bart until he loses it, and then get Davis, and then take Rodriguez. They'll all add up to one good catcher, right?
Hey, Endy would have had that job if he wouldn't have got hurt last year, right? I like him.
That's a pretty good combination of players, though. But it's just tough to gauge. You need one of them to get knocked out, or Davis has to be a lot better, and Endy really didn't do it a couple years ago, and then he got hurt. So
yeah. All right, we got 5 starting pitchers in the first 24 picks. So pretty spread out. Yep. For an OC, that's pretty good. I'm trying to see what Gilbert's ADP.
Yeah, it's about right.
26, that's about right. Yep. All of them going right about in that area. 26 Crochet, a little lower, but you're putting a hype on them. That's why. All right, let's see what this one is. While drafting? John, what kind of software are you using while you're drafting?
I use Rotolab in terms of the draft software. Yep. And I have my ADP sheet printed out, and I got some asterisks by certain guys in certain places that I'd like to get. So.
I would say most people use Rotolab at the live events. Certainly for the auctions, they would use Rotolab.
What is Rotolab?
That's with I know Baseball HQ is with them.
Oh, I'm just being wise.
Yeah, you're funny.
Do you tinker with the projections when you use Rotolab? That's the question.
I mean, it's not the most it's not the easiest to do to tinker with that on Rotolab, but I do. It has a lot of different ways you can mark players and things like that. So you do enough drafts, you kind of just know which guys you like and who you're going to move ahead of who and that kind of thing. But all right. So this is interesting. I didn't expect this choice, and I think I'm going to take Freddie.
Yeah, third round. That's pretty solid.
One Dodger wins you a championship, and another Dodger wins you the one the next year.
I mean, it was Freddie or Jazz there, right? So Jazz would have been a little sexier pick, and there you go right there. So combination second outfield.
Would you have taken Langford, or you can say?
No, I went to not with the oblique thing. I don't know. That's just
he's hurt already.
That's just an injury that can linger. I don't know. It feels like maybe
love it when.
So a guy that's a buying opportunity and being a discount's not a good way to go when they're really good. Something that worked out.
It'd be not
that he was a value.
A discount would be good.
Yeah, if he slid in the fourth round, that would be different.
Right. I always say to you, Shawn, I don't want to draft somebody who's already hurt. I mean, they're going to get hurt during the year. Why do you want to draft them when you know they're hurt?
Well, you got a month to go. I mean, it's not.
I know. They're like, oh, he'll be fine by opening day.
But you haven't recovered from your basketball injuries, and that's like 10 years ago. So I guess.
I'm old. I'm out to pasture, baby.
This guy's going to take another outfielder. I know it. No, Corbin Burns.
Burns with a big outing today. Started out 3 Ks.
Really?
Helping up his value.
Yeah.
Do you like those veteran guys that get all, pitch, 7 strikeouts in the short innings and give up no runs? But do you think they're kind of making an effort too early in spring training?
I'm busy crossing off names, sorry.
Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? No comment. Greg's like, what kind of question is that?
I don't think he's trying to impress them. He's already got the cash, so I think he's just trying to get loose. But if he struck out 3 today, that's good.
No, I just think there's sometimes that they just try to coming off an injury and they try a little harder and then they kind of push really hard, and then it kind of backs up on them in the regular season. So kind of a tricky situation when you're trying to watch the spring training stats for the guys that are being great.
I think my feeling on Burns is he's been pitching for money the last several years. The Brewers squeezed him in arbitration. Then they didn't sign him last year or the year before, so he's playing for a big contract. Then last year he's with the Orioles trying to prove. Now he's living at home, pitching for the Diamondbacks. I mean, I got to believe he's happier and more content and just going to go out there and pitch. I think a lot of pressure is off him. I think he has a chance for a good year.
Yeah.
I wish we still had him.
$218 million. You'd kind of take it easy the next year, wouldn't you?
I wish the Brewers would sign guys in their, like they did with Churio, just sign them early. Keep them for a long time.
Yeah, that was a brilliant, right?
That was absolutely. 19 years old. He gets $84 million, so he's happy, but he's locked in. And hopefully they do it again when he's got like 2 years left. So,
Are you buying into Sam Frelick adding 25 pounds? He's going to hit 50 home runs this year?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
25 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Oh, yeah.
He could be had in he might not even get drafted.
All right, what do we got here? Shawn, what's the deal with Devers and Bregman there? What's going to happen?
Boy, that manager wants him to,
the DH. He wants him to DH.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting paid a lot of money, and you're part of the team. I mean, I get it. You get stubborn, and you don't, at a certain age, you don't want to be a DH. But he can play first base. They should, ease him in where he plays some third, plays first, plays some DH. You kind of work it in, and then kind of get him to, settle into one position. But hey. You can make a lot of you can make a lot of money being a DH for a long time. Ohtani did all right last year.
There's Acuna at 42. Goes to 42.
Right.
John, did you have any interest if he would have came to you?
That's about where I would take him, I think.
Yeah. ADP of 27.
I don't think I'd go much higher. If he's not going to run, Team 7 sitting with some nice deals with Jazz and Gunnar there already. So
I think he's going yellow sticker in the bullpen here, but hey, that's just me.
No, I'm gonna stick with. I need a little bit of this. So.
Oh, all right, get a little balance, guy.
Yep. I think that's a nice pick right there. So
Yeah, we don't have any closers going off the board yet, Shawn.
Clace went. Right?
Oh, did he? Okay.
Class A went team 9.
Oh, okay, yeah, in round 4. All right.
Yeah.
There's DeGrom.
See, just missed the first round.
Just got to throw a couple times. Our guys love him.
He throws once.
That might be all he'll throw.
You better not miss it.
All right, another closer in Devin Williams. Go on.
Yeah.
Yankees closer.
He gets to wear his beard again now.
Yeah,
he
right.
put up the stink and they adjusted the rules for him?
Right.
What a stupid rule. I'm sorry, but it was a stupid rule anyways.
I don't know. Stats Inc. had that a long time ago. They should have had it.
No, they allowed mustaches, but not beards back then.
Yeah.
I didn't grow a beard till I got the fan ball.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Teoscar goes to team 2.
Yeah.
Double Dodgers.
Double Dodgers.
Teoscar's getting a lot of love this year for sure.
Well, yeah, they're going to score so many runs in that lineup. Shit, everybody's going to put up big numbers in that lineup. You know, I love baseball and I love all this, but there's no way there's not going to be a lockout or a strike 2 years from now. And I hate to talk about it, but there's just no way. The owners are bitching amongst each other. So how the hell are they even going to get the players to agree to anything? So I hope we enjoy these 2 years because I just have no idea.
No, somebody predicted you would retire when that happened.
I don't think it was a prediction.
It was a reality.
Who wants to deal with that? All right.
Rooker, that's
is Rooker a real deal? That's the question.
I mean, he had a min of 45, so he went 48 there, so that was close to his min.
Yeah.
Man.
Now Hader goes.
It's the ballpark, right?
I don't know. I mean, that guy was barely
Well,
like 2
he's
months.
probably not going to be utility too long, right? So he should qualify outfield. It's a nice pick.
Shawn, you're doing your projections. Are you bumping up people from the A's and the Rays because of the ballparks?
I haven't done anything. I'm going to do that starting on Sunday, which, I guess.
What you been doing?
Yeah, really.
Well, I don't know, writing players and trying to catch up. Not drafting, but I might be on the clock. Will you tell me if I'm on the clock, Greg? Yeah.
I'm not watching that draft.
How do I get it to text me? I can't even figure that out. I was like, where's the text for this thing?
I don't think we have a text. We don't have a text alert. Just email.
I thought it was on the app. If you go through the, you remember.
Yeah, you can ask for a push notification on the app.
Yeah. So
Look
at that yellow. This is
attention. Yeah, we got a yellow string here.
This is bringing in the Vegas. This is going to be the third round in Vegas or the second round. They just run over their pitchers
for the main event. Yeah.
But this guy can't.
Yeah, we got Dylan Cease, DeGrom, Devin Williams, Josh Hader, Blake Snell, George Kirby, Chris Sale.
Here comes a reliever. I can see it.
So right now, Team 9 and Team 7 and 11 are without starting pitching yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe Team 6 if Crochet is in
Does Stevens get drafted in front of Marte in drafts? I'm so lost on the ADPs. I don't even look at them. I think Marte gets drafted in front of him, right? Not that it was, it's a short turn, but there we go.
Yamamoto, here we got a string of starting pitchers. Another yellow sticker right here, John.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a yellow sticker.
Are we going to the pen?
Yeah,
we're going to.
He's not going further down the food chain.
We're going to play some trumpets right here.
Which one are you going to go?
There you go. Yeah, I knew it.
You're not taking the the next guy is going to take. Well, I shouldn't say that, but
I know you would take the athletic guy there, Shawn.
The one that's going to go next right here.
Yeah,
can't resist.
I mean, I'm going to guess that's going to happen here soon.
So you think Diaz, without a doubt, is better than?
I do. Yeah, so than that guy.
So when I was in Arizona Fall League, they were talking about Mason Miller possibly going to the rotation. I haven't heard any of that since.
No.
No, that's what I said too.
Was it that last call?
There wasn't. It was on one of the panels that there was speculation that he could, and I was like, I have him in this XFL league, that keeper league, and I was like, what? That'd be a bummer. But I have not heard anything. So and he's not being drafted that way. That's for sure. So
you need to keep him healthy. Leave him in the bullpen.
yeah.
Great arm.
Yeah, get 110 strikeouts that way, right?
He was a fun
You
guy.
think Altuve will be an outfielder this year?
I think so.
Yeah, it sounds that way, huh?
Who's playing second for them?
I don't think it. The guy from Colorado, Rogers.
Oh,
Rogers,
really?
maybe a little bit of the utility guy.
Yeah. Oh.
Dubon, maybe.
Ooh.
James Wood.
Taking 2 young outfielders.
That's what Westberg I like. Nice pick.
James Wood was on John's championship team last year.
He was. Yeah. Good memory, Greg.
I told you that last night. I've got a good memory. I don't forget stuff.
What I got to try to remember is how to get to find the contest in your lobby is what I got to remember how to.
Yeah, what did you? Yeah.
You're not going to complain, are you?
No, I'm not complaining.
No, I'm talking to Shawn. I know you're complaining.
I went there the first time today, and I'm like, "What's going on here?"
Once you get to learn it, Shawn, it's very easy. But John,
it's so easy. It's
so
intuitive.
easy. Just click games, for crying out loud. Golly.
I did, but I put 2 draft champions in it, and the other one said I could pick it for that, and I tried to pick it, and it was like, you can't do it. You got to go to whatever.
So team 12 right now, Seager, Marte, Uzuna. He's got a big advantage on
He's punting
average.
speed.
Yeah,
He's punting speed.
He's got no speed yet, but he's plus average for sure.
Team 11 goes to the pen before ace.
Yeah, so did 7. Yeah.
Yep, so did 7. Neither one of them have a starting pitcher right now.
There's plenty of pitchers.
There's plenty of time. Absolutely.
No fear of the DHs anymore. They all go early.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of them, obviously at Ohtani, but there's three other ones right there.
Yep. Does that bother you at all to take a utility or not?
I think in these I probably wouldn't, but I mean, there's other players I like, and depending on what I'm trying to do, and I don't think I would be taking any of those 3 utility players. I mean, Rooker had a great year, and I get it, and can he repeat? I'm not sure. Schwarber, scores a bunch of runs, hits home runs, drives and runs, but his batting average is risk, and Osuna's been a fun guy. I said, is Osuna the Nelson Cruz in his 30s? He kind of hit his stride later, and just kind of Cruz just kind of kept going and going. Like you thought, oh, he's 36, he's going to stop. 37, he's going to stop.
No.
Yeah.
There goes Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo goes in the 6th round after not so good last year. Framber seems like pretty good value there in the 6th round.
Yeah, Framber seems to be underappreciated, right? Like
clean-shaven Garrett Cole goes in the 7th.
No,
So that's Team 7's ace is Garrett Cole.
This is where the starting pitchers is like a lot of like really, really good young guys coming up now that, which one is going to be the best, that's kind of an interesting, and you could see those players getting pushed up.
All right,
so
John.
Here we got a couple guys that have slipped ADP, Yener Diaz and Ozzie Albies, and I'm going to reunite Freddie with Ozzie here, and we'll take Ozzie Albies.
No stacking. This isn't DFS.
I'll ask you about these first 6 picks once you make that pick. Now you just did. So
yeah, sorry, I picked it on Roto 11, not on the. So how come he's not showing up?
Yeah. So you're looking at good average right now. Talk about these first 6
definitely way plus average, right? Maybe a little bit light on steals yet. Got an ace, I feel like, and a stud closer. So pretty good foundation I'm feeling right now. Probably have to lean a little bit of speed yet, but I could take on some average risk at this point.
Yep, definitely. Shawn, any criticism of John here or any thoughts on his build so far?
Well, I think that in the 12 teamer, you probably have better outs in the speed later too than the 12, than the 15 teamer, right? 10th round or so, they kind of in a 15 teamer, they start to run some of those guys off the board, but depending on who you're playing with, and you might catch some values and kind of catch up in those categories. And he's got the average, and So pretty good. I mean, he still has Freeman runs. Ramirez had a lot last year. He was in better shape. Harris. I mean, all of those guys.
We don't even know if Freeman can walk right now.
Yeah, right.
He ran today, didn't he?
He's supposed to. Yeah, he seems like he's on pace.
Good.
Yeah, I mean he's got speed. He's laying low. He's talking down on his speed. I mean he's got a chance to have 80 bags already.
Really?
Yeah, Ramirez stole 40 last year, but even if he stole 20 something, Freeman's could get double digits. Harris could get 20. Albie's in the past has got 20 before.
Yeah. I like what you're talking, Shawn. Keep going.
All right, Shawn. So last night when I was interviewing John, I said that you introduced the 75-75 with your first 3 hitters. That's what your goal always was. He said Lindy came up with that theory.
I said Shawn's got lots of theories. Maybe that's one of his. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Lindy was more of the ace guy. I don't know. He said he won because of it. You can go look at the internet. He'll talk about it.
The 75-75. That's yours.
Yeah. Lindy will give me credit. Lindy, are you watching? Where is he? Let me call up Gabe. Gabe, where are you?
Lindy's out with the pigs yet, so he can't be watching this right now.
All right, Shawn, what do you think about Caminero? So he's moving up fast.
Yeah, I kind of wish that draft that I did, I took him. He's just a guy that looks like he could break out. The park, favoring a little bit more. Wasn't healthy last year, so that's kind of a little bit of a red flag. And when you're looking at it, the third baseman's after him. What's their floor? Are there 20-80 guys? 25-90 like Bentos. I mean, he has a lot of power, strikes out pretty good, coming off a decent year. Was a good waiver wire pickup last year. I mean, I know he took both of them, but if you had a choice of the one, I mean, I'd gamble on Caminero. But if you got Witt, you got I don't know. It's just the team structure is kind of key, I guess. But yeah.
Caminero's ADP over the last 3 weeks in Rotowire Online Championship is 76. He goes 72 here. I think if you want him, you're going to have to jump him even earlier in that going forward. We'll see what the spring looks like. But, man, that winter ball, he looked like a stud. That's for sure.
Yeah, this guy's kind of offsetting maybe the L.A. De La Cruz batting average with some pretty good catchers there. Langford should hit for average.
Yep.
Got 2 potential top tier aces.
Yeah, he's got some power there for sure.
Yep.
You're talking about team 2? Yeah.
Early
Adames. Man, it was sad to see him leave, right?
They couldn't afford that. That's for sure. That's not what they do. But what a hell of a year he had last year. He was so clutch. So many games he had big hits.
Yeah.
Good for him.
You got to sell high sometimes.
Yeah.
So at this point in the draft,
right,
I think I'm going to take a catcher. I got 2 of them that I'm looking at. I could take Adley. I could take Wilson. I'm just going to lean Wilson Contreras this year. I think he's going to.
What?
Yeah. I know you're a big Adley fan.
Well, Adley was a total bum in the second half. It didn't help anybody. Contreras probably gets the best chance of at bats of his career.
Watch Team 7 take him on you now. He's been taking guys you've been deciding on.
Yeah, it'd be a good pick.
He's going to double stack the Orioles. He can
right.
Gunnar and Adley.
Who would you take there, the 2, Shawn?
I would have taken Rajman. I mean, he's just because he hits second in the lineup and stuff, scores a lot of runs. He has potential for a higher batting average. But you're catching him off a down year and you're getting him. Look at he's getting him in the 7th round. What was he last year? I mean, he was going 48.
Yeah, something like that. I think. Yep.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good value there. So, but I thought you would take another pitcher, but you must really, really like some guys later.
Yeah.
Oh, there's plenty of pitching.
That's the guy I thought you would take right there.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
So what Shawn is saying is he likes Team 7 better than your team.
That's right. I think Team 7 will probably be better than mine.
I finessed Garrett Cole in the other one that I did and got him in the 7th round. He pushed him up, so I guess I should be more confident because those guys were kind of razzing me.
You should have taken Caminero in that draft.
I should have. Eddie Gillis said my draft sucked, and Rick Thomas is like, I think he's past his prime. I'm not using his cheat sheet anymore. I thought I did pretty good for coming off the street and not being ready,
I think if Eddie and Rick both said you sucked, then you sucked. It's just how it goes.
I mean, when I took Steve like 4th or 5th overall, they were like, "What is he, nuts?"
Yeah. And Rick's not the only one who has said you're past your prime, just so you know.
Have you been talking to my wife?
We're talking about fantasy here.
Yeah, maybe she has other fantasies.
All right. This guy says Vientos is hitting 40 bombs this year. What do you think?
Ooh.
40 bombs, he's capable, but that's he's got to be able to, get 550 at bats and get a strikeout rate down a little bit.
He's getting the playoffs, man.
Playoffs,
yeah. Oh, there goes Radley.
Man. Yep, that's Lindor.
All right, look a little bit at some team builds here. Again, Team 11 has 0 starting pitchers.
Yeah.
Lots of pitchers left, but like you said, Team 7 didn't have any through 5, but then it's got Cole and Bryce Miller.
Oh, Glasnow.
There you go.
So Glasnow's a tricky one. I had him last year. You think he was, I took him in the 2nd round, so I was confident in him, but and he pitched more innings than he did in his career, but that Dodger messy stuff. But definitely could be, a stud when he's on the mound, and who you going to pair him with. I think that right there I would have taken Bybee from Cleveland, just because I think he's going to have more length to his season, but maybe not as expressive. But look at that, he's going high upside, back to back, strikeout guys. Yeah,
how many innings out of those two? Glasnow and Hunter Green.
He might be get 300 out of him. 140.
That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot.
140, 160. I'd like to see Glasnow pitch. He's been in the league for like 9 years, and the last 2 years he pitched 120, 134 innings. It's kind of disappointing. I know he had Tommy John surgery, and early in his career in the minors, he did pitch deeper, but just seems like he just gets those nagging injuries.
Yep.
Hunter Green was pretty impressive when he was on the mound last year.
Talk about Team 12. 2 aces. He's got 2 closers. He's got some power, obviously, with Ozuna. He's got some speed here. Not a bad start there for Team 12.
Gave back a little bit of batting average, but Seager, if he hits his stride, and Marte, that's a pretty good front there. No speed. Marte could steal a few. Ozuna dead, so he still has a lot of making up to go. He went for the kind of the balanced player with the batting average risk, but he felt he had a little bit of edge. He's got two closers.
Yep.
Hopefully Batista comes back and pitches as well as he did before. Throws really hard. This guy's a Minnesota fan, back to back. Actually, three Minnesota pitchers in a row.
Wow, yeah. Lopez, Ober, and Ryan.
So if he gets 2 pitchers out of those 3, he's feeling good? No, he's not. He wants them all to be good.
He's got 4 starting pitchers, no closers right now, teammate.
Yeah.
All right, John, you are up.
I am.
Lots of yellow before you.
Yeah, I'm going to take a yellow, obviously, here.
I think so.
This is the one I was hoping to get here.
You can't throw Crochet out every day. You got to have some help.
No, that's
Schwellenbach. So they got last year. Clark won the overall, right?
Yep.
And Snell got dropped, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Who did the guy pick up when he dropped Snell?
Schwellenbach.
There you go.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He did. If he would have just kept him, he would have had a pretty, He would have made up a lot of ground. But I got Schwellenbach on a lot of teams. I didn't get him on my best main event. I would have probably cashed in it if I would have got him. I don't know who overbid me that week, but I did get him in the rest of them. But he just looked like he was coming on, and really, really good arm. Be interesting to see if he can handle the next step up in innings. But the Braves just find a way to get these pitchers that could be aces, and he just looked. He was pretty impressive starts for considering you didn't expect that out of him.
So you think he's a bargain here in the 8th round?
I like him. Like I said, that other pitcher for Cleveland I would have taken in front of him, but
Nobody's taking him.
Yeah.
I know, but just because of the I think one player has a chance to make 32 starts, where that guy how many innings did he throw last year, or can he get to 170, 180? You get a little more. And both are kind of, they throw strikes. They did last year. So, Bybee.
Bybee's a fine pick for sure. Yep.
Yeah. So, but there's nothing wrong with Schwellenbach. It's just looks pretty impressive. But John's going kind of with a younger pitching staff. I kind of like that. He's changing. He's going with veteran bats, young pitching staff, except for the closer. He's going for a proven closer.
Team 2 with 3 starting pitchers, no closer here. Shawn, let me ask you, in these 12 teamers, do you leave the draft with 2 closers or 3 closers?
I think that I would try to get 2 for sure and see what falls to me later, in 20s or something, and see if I can get somebody, maybe get out of the gate, especially the first couple of weeks of the season where, some of the pitchers rotations are kind of off. You might be able to get away with, pitching, 6 and 3.
Yep.
But so I think our friend Emmett Rulin says that it definitely is. I think the best ways to win those is 6 and 3. But I don't know about that. I mean, obviously you're going to have to rotate that 7th spotter in there if you're not getting enough wins. But I don't know. So
I bring it up because that's kind of how John won last year. He had the 3 closers. His third one was Robert Suarez in the 18th round, and he was able to play with that 6-3, 7-2 during the season. And when you get 3 good closers, again, it's a crapshoot, but you're not in Fab spending a lot of money trying to find that third closer, right?
That's right. Yeah, but a little bit easier in 12s than in 15s for sure.
Correct.
So,
Right.
Did he? How many saves did his team end up with? 100 and something?
I don't even know, Shawn.
It was a lot, because you were in 95 percentile, I thought, in that one. So
So Emmett's theory has been proven by John.
yeah, as long as you get 3 good ones. Well, Kimbrel was one of his 3, so he kind
That's not a good one, is he?
No, I'm just saying, you weathered the storm there.
Well, you got a guy to replace him, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yep.
Will Max Fried be able to, make all his money?
Yeah, he drafted Robert Suarez 8 rounds after getting Kimbrel. So hindsight's always 20/20 here.
Reynolds is just such a steady player. He'll probably get first base eligibility this year. That's nice spot for him.
All right.
Will Luis Robert be a Dodger at some point in the future?
Okay, so Bellinger goes there.
Wow, he slid. How come in the other draft?
Bellinger, no, he's his ADP is like 103. Yeah, 103. So he's right on target right there.
Not on Shawn's sheet. It's not 103.
No, 7th round in mine.
That's kind of the
by you.
No, Cameron went next to each other.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. Who is this guy? Is this me drafting Team 4?
Wellborn. No, he's good. Well, yeah, he's a good player. Lots of good players in this thing. Goodness. All right. So now I got to debate if I'm going to go another yellow. Okay.
Took your Freddie in front of you.
Yeah, right in front of me.
Right in front of you.
Yeah. So this guy, I don't know what to do with.
Let's discuss him. Throw him on the table. Nobody can take him.
Yohan Duran.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's a pretty good pick,
Yeah.
Everybody's been chasing Jim Munoz around, and they haven't got it done.
I mean, dynamic stuff plus Ks. If you just would get the role and
keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it.
If you don't take it, Team 8 is, because he's got 3 twin starters.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then I got to take him.
I mean, if he's got 3 twin stars, he's got to go with the closer there. So
this is the year that Munoz and Duran finally pay off. Munoz, he only had 22 saves last year. Seattle only had 34 saves. They sucked. They didn't get it create, and they got good pitching staff. There should be a lot of close games. He could pop and saves. I mean, I know Brash, is kind of entering the equation, and he might be a factor, but Bellinger is just a.
I guess it was for you. Here, I got a better one for you because
I was taking Bellinger that round if he would have made it to me. That was who I was hoping.
I didn't know he played football as he plays for the Jaguars. Did he sign? That's the guy. That's a good guy. I like Hunter Brown a lot last year.
Rick's giving you a C+, Shawn. He didn't say you had a terrible draft. He gave you a C+.
Yeah, he did say a C+, but I think it was tongue in cheek. He was just kind of trying to make me feel better. You know what I mean?
Make you feel better.
The Hunter Brown's going to get a monster year. I like that pick.
Every guy that Team 7 picks, you like.
I'm part owner of that team.
Okay, all right.
You don't even know who the owner is.
I do know who the owner is.
Oh, you do?
I can just tell by his pick as soon as he took it.
Okay.
So Hoffman, pretty good story though, huh? First round draft pick, kind of struggle in Colorado, never get it done. Got his command, and then he's got a nice job in Toronto. All his 4 pitches are pretty tough to hit. Pretty interesting. I think that's not like, some of those other closers that are kind of where you're not sure if they're going to keep the job. I think he's a guy that, has the potential to be pretty good. So, Tanner Scott.
Yeah. So some people lean into the other guy. Some think Tanner. So
Yeah.
Should be plenty of saves there.
I was going to say there's probably enough saves for all of them out there.
I think they had 50 last year. I would have taken Ryan Walker over Scott, though, because I feel like he pitched well enough last year. In the San Francisco used their bullpen guys a lot.
Yeah.
Some tie games.
Honestly, I was debating Walker versus Duran there with my pick.
Oh, I would have done that. No, just kidding.
You would have taken Walker?
No, I don't. I like the Duran because he has the potential to pop. Where Walker was
that's
pretty
kind
good.
of what you're looking for in one of these 12s, right? Somebody just to
Go forward at 6 closers here.
I think Ryan pitched 80. Walker pitched 80 innings last year, which is pretty good for a reliever. He gets that extra bonus of innings. It's really exceptional. But who's to say the Duvall doesn't come back and be a lot better this year? He just walked away too many guys. Throws really hard. Secondary pitch is pretty good, but just was lost. Yeah. New second baseman for the Red Sox. He's covering his middle infield. There you go. Gets a little more average. You think Bregman will ever run again? He stole bases earlier in his career and he just doesn't run anymore. What happened to him?
Age, injuries.
Injuries. Everybody runs. Look at Altuve.
Greg used to play basketball too.
I used to run, man.
Altuve took like 4 years off of stealing bases and then he's back running again. Like, what happened? Wow, look at that. Another ace. Just give him aces. He's got Cy, and Cy Young on the same team. Can you imagine that? What?
He's got the pitching.
Yeah.
It's a good staff right now.
He's fading catcher. He's going to have to catch up a little more in speed. Marte. Yeah. See, I wish Seager would stay healthy for like 155 games. I think it'd be 140, 120. Texas last year, their offense stunk after being like really, really good the year before. Everybody was in the lineup, did a lot of stuff. Yeah.
He stayed healthy a couple of years ago. What are you talking about?
No, 2 years ago he was good. But when you draft in Seager, I think of him like when you're drafting him, he's almost he's like a guy that's a first baseman playing shortstop. So you got to find your speed someplace else. He has, what do you say? He has what?
He has a 1200. What OPS?
Batting average 120.
No, OPS probably.
So there's somebody gambling that Justin Martinez, Team 10, right? He's thinking Martinez is the guy. He could be.
Yep.
Yeah, the other AJ pitched better than him at the end of the year. Really good command. Everything came together. But Martinez throws really hard. Good breaking pitches. Just got to throw more strikes. Look at that. That's kind of a risky pairing, though, Scott and Martinez, because you end up with two split closers.
Right.
Yeah,
could be really good. Could be not so good.
And he went kind of young. Took a little batting average risk with Schwarber and the Jake Burgers. Got the power, but
all right. So Will Smith dropped a little bit.
Vinny.
Oh, I like that guy. That guy's gonna pop.
I know you do.
Vinny P.
Sooner or later, he's going to be really good. I mean, especially
sooner or later. Huh?
I've got burnt the last couple of years. First baseman getting hurt. Like usually, first basemen stay healthy. Pascatino got hurt. Encarnacio Strand, and then I had what's his name from Detroit that didn't get hurt but gets sent to the minors, was a total pig after hitting 30 home runs.
All right, what's Team 7 going to do? Shawn's going to love the pick, I'm sure.
He's going to scoop you.
Yeah, he might.
He's going back to the outfield, yeah. I wish I had the player list in front of me, but I was too lazy to put anything else up. It's better this way watching than trying to, multitask and draft.
There you go.
Yeah,
I drafted Riley Green in my last one. He's got my playbook.
He does.
I don't know what round it was. He's like a nice, steady player. 2 years ago, the ground ball rate was high. Looked like he improved. He should be a little better this year. Good part of the lineup.
I think you're a better analyst than you are a drafter.
Well, I was better when nobody knew anything.
Yeah, before there was the internet, you were good.
There wasn't projections, and there wasn't you didn't have all these drafts people could prepping for, so they had no idea. We had to walk in the room and kind of guess.
Yeah. Well, and then now that you're writing and telling everybody what to do, what do you expect, huh?
But if I tell everybody, they don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know what I do. What?
Uh-oh. Now we got to talk.
Yeah, I'll give you guys something to talk about.
So are you confident in that surgery? Do you think that timeline is doable? Yeah. Because that's all.
He's going to be pitching in spring training.
I know, but there's 3 or 4 pitchers that had that same surgery and they're coming back in a year instead of, I'm just kind of, you could have Grayson. Is Grayson going to be better than Strider this year?
He could be. He probably will be, but I'm going to take Strider. So.
No, I get it. You're going for the home run. When was the last time somebody won back-to-back in the online championship?
Nobody. Nobody's won it twice in 16 years.
It'll stay that way.
He's a Braves fan, obviously. He's got 4 Braves players.
Who? John?
Yeah.
He's a Brewers fan, damn it.
He's got Harris, Albie, Schwellenbach, Strider.
Yeah.
He knows who's going to win games. He said the Braves are back. Mike Trout.
I mean, if he gets Strider in the 10th round and he is somewhat healthy, I mean, you're going for the gusto here, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, and a 12-teamer. If I don't take any more injured guys, he can sit on the bench for a week or 2. And
who's got the higher upside, Strider or Grayson?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Strider showed that he was elite. Grayson needs to prove that he's elite.
No, I know it, but that's what I'm just saying. If you're playing for the 150,000.
And then they moved the fence in Baltimore. So, I mean, you'd have to – I mean, if you're going to gamble and go for it. I mean, his whole pitching staff is all outside. He's just – he's going for it.
He's going for it.
Yeah,
This is
you got to let him get 2 more closes, and this deal is over.
All right, we're through 10 rounds in 47 minutes. That's pretty damn good. So, as you can see, these things move pretty good. You're on a 2-hour, 15-minute pace, and the last rounds probably won't take as long. So
they usually finish in 2 hours or so.
So
the slow ones take a little longer, right? So that's new. Talk about that, Greg. What made you offer slow drafts for?
Well, it's interesting because, like in football, we did not do any slow drafts before. We were the only high stakes contest that didn't do it, and we had some of our veterans who were saying, listen, I just can't do them every night, but it's easier for me to do them if I do extended ones. So in football, honestly, we didn't see a huge uptick in the signups, but some people felt it was easier for them to draft on the extended. So I thought we'd try it into baseball, and the baseball is much more leagues filled than there are in football.
So it exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, definitely for baseball. And I just think people 30 rounds, 2.5 hours, they don't have that every night, so it gets more people in. But we're going to shut them off next Thursday because I don't want them to go into the busy time of the year. I don't want people spending 3 weeks doing this instead of sitting down at night. So I think the experiment in football has been successful, and I think in football we'll cut it off much earlier than we did this year.
Yeah, I was kind of opposed to it at the beginning, just like almost all new things I'm opposed to, right, Greg?
Yep.
But,
I know it.
I played 2 of them now, and it's been great. I've enjoyed them, and it's just something a little bit different. You can think through the picks a little bit more. And
I need a timeout. Timeout.
Yep.
3 catchers, team 2.
Oh, yeah.
What happened there?
Oh,
is one of them playing first base?
Oh, he's just putting pressure on everybody else.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
He's cornering the market.
They're all new strategies tonight.
Well, not only is it a new strategy, but Ohtani's his utility, so one of them can't even go into utility. So
maybe,
all right.
Maybe he's going to pitch Ohtani. Oh, I'm on the clock again.
How long does he have to say that he got autoed there?
Oh, no, it's too late now.
No, he picked it right away. He picked it while we were talking here.
Oh, man.
I will say, though, John, I agree with you, and that's how I was. I wanted everybody playing for the 150,000 making decisions at 1 minute per, right? I don't like the different formats with this much money on the line. I don't think we'll ever do the main event as an extended draft, at least not while I'm around. So, but I do think that this has allowed more people to play.
I do. Yeah.
At this point. And I don't think there is an advantage at this point. But
all right, I got to make a pick. Now I need to have 2 spots on my bench for hurt guys.
Ooh,
he's trying to get, make sure he still has ties to the home team.
The love of his hometown team, yeah.
Hey, this is pretty late for him, right? This is a good spot for him.
I know.
He looked like he was going to be a monster early last year, like he was back, and then he got hurt.
Hey, then you've got back injuries, though. That's serious stuff there.
It is. It's not it's a risky pick.
You know what, Shawn? His team could be either very good or this could be a last place team we're looking at.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, it could be last.
And you said that last night. You said if you finish 5th and 4th a lot of times, you weren't doing enough taking chances, right?
Right.
So
There we go.
go for it right now.
Yeah.
I think I mean, it's hard to know if he's going to run, right? The back injuries seems like but even when he struggled with his back injuries, he kept running. So it's kind of interesting that we'll see. He was in taking batting practice already. I saw some video. He looked pretty fluid, pretty good. So let's.
Yeah, and he got shut down early last year in the second half of the season. So, I mean, he's been rehabbing the whole offseason. Heck, he was an all-star last year. He was good.
He's
a great brewer. He really is.
He's going to dedicate the season to Euchre.
Yeah, he loved Euchre. Definitely.
Oh, he and Euchre tight.
Yep.
So he said is Cowser going to be Tucker 2.0? I don't know.
That's what he says. Yeah, he says Cowser's going to be Tucker 2.0.
I mean, he hits for a high batting average. He puts it in play and strikes out a little bit. The power looks like it can come on. I don't know if he can get that Tucker speed there, but
I agree. All right, we're going to go about a round more. We got almost the first hour of this draft. We just kind of wanted to show everybody what's going on. We got 300 plus people on here right now watching, so it's pretty good on a Friday night. Don't any of you people have lives? What's going on here? Come on. Friday night fish fry.
They're disappointed in you because you want to get home. They want to see more of the draft. And John has to still draft.
But John has to concentrate on these later rounds. You're distracting him right now.
What time is your curfew, Greg?
Well, I should be in bed pretty soon if that's what you're asking. Bo Bichette. You know you love Bo Bichette right there.
There's a triple shortstop.
Triple shortstop.
Got all kinds of strategies going today.
Yeah.
Cruz could be outfield, right? Oh.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. Plus, he has the UT open there too. So,
Shawn, what do you think of Real Muto this year?
I think I'm just getting older and coming off a down year. I think he's just steady, but I think I'm not going to fight for him.
They're talking about DHing him a little bit more.
Are you gonna just play Schwarber in the outfield?
No, maybe they're talking about first base. No, yeah, they're gonna play some Schwarber in the outfield, is what they said. That's right. Yeah.
I mean,
Schwarber actually could get outfield eligibility if they do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's just, is he 34 now? I mean,
yeah, he's getting there.
I don't know.
I think he's got another a year or two good years left in him.
I agree. I'm on Real Muto too.
Yeah.
Good steady batting average. He doesn't hurt you at all. You're getting him in the 12th round.
This guy just wooing it. Another upside guy. Woo-hoo.
Woo.
Right.
Look at all the yellows on Team 11 after round 5.
Yeah.
Boom.
He's stuck on yellow.
If Woo could stay healthy for the whole year, he had really good command last year. It looks like the numbers were really, really good. Just those couple of injuries kind of scare you away. But I mean, 12th round, that's pretty good value.
I mean, he's one that wouldn't be a surprise if he ended up with Tommy John, right? Along with a whole bunch of other pitches, right? It's so hard to predict, but
I don't think I did as good as predicting that.
Yeah, you're usually pretty good at that.
I don't think instead of Fatum. Yeah, that's I mean, it's got a pretty good foundation if they stay healthy. Kind of like the pitching staff. Got the triple shortstops. I like that idea.
I'm gonna try this triple catcher thing sometime.
Yeah, you gotta try that. He wants another hour. You're not getting it. Sorry about that.
Kenley Jansen. Yeah, so this is where some of those early drafters really got some bargains, right?
Is that the guy from CDM? I missed the name because it went quick.
Who, the Dread Pirate hit Roberts or what?
Who said the thing about going another hour?
There, this guy right here.
No, it was on. Let's go 2.
No,
slow down.
We're not going to. It's Friday night. I'm going home. I did this because I wanted everyone to see a good Rotowire Online Championship draft, and I knew it wasn't bowling night for you, so that you could join me here.
Shawn, you still bowl?
Not as much as I used to. Was bowling one league righty and one league lefty, but I only bowl in one righty this year, and it's not very impressive lately. But
really,
I did all right this week, but the 2 weeks before that I sucked. Who was that? Old farts?
All right, what's Team 7 going to do here?
We consider ourselves seasoned.
Okay, here it is. See, he
said 7 needs a catcher. Is he going to go catcher here?
Oh,
so if we're old guys and he's a young guy, he should be with some young lady and spending
That's
his
right.
time right.
That's right.
Back when you were in your 30s, you'd be like having
That's
fun.
right. 20s we're talking. All right, Shawn, you like Team 7. He's really hitting the yellow stickers here now.
Yeah,
Right in front of John.
Yeah.
But John didn't need another closer.
I'm neutral on Steele. Diaz, I took him just because I think he can get saves and maybe bounces back. I think I would take him over McGill. Jansen, probably take him over him too. But Diaz was so bad, the command was really off. He was tough to hit when he would put in play. Look at that, just another veteran guy. Hits it up at the top of the lineup, gives you a little bit of everything, a little bit better average risk.
Oh, Bryce
Right.
Terang, yeah.
One-stop shopping for speed. If he made it back, John was going to get him. He wanted that. He needed that.
You think so, Terang?
No, I don't know.
You told me I had enough steals. Now you say I need them.
Yeah.
Well, Yelich, you're chipping away. You got Yelich will get you some, and Happ will get you maybe chance at double digits.
Oh yeah, easy double digits. Cubs are going to run this year.
Luis Garcia, is he going to be a stud? He's a big guy. He started to come together last year. He's going to be
He's a nice player. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, he kind of had him a couple times, but he just didn't really get there. Last year, he finally made some strides. Spencer Steer, a little nicked up.
Steer clear.
Our guy from 2 years ago hasn't been picked yet from the Cardinals, Shawn.
2 years ago? I don't know. His last name's Walker, but I'm not sure. I'll say names. We're not drafting. They're not watching. You're the only one watching, John, that's actually drafting.
That's right. I don't think so. I think the other guys are watching too.
You think Stephen Kwan will hit 15 home runs this year?
He might. No, I don't think so. He could.
How come Uncle Ted must be bored because he's not doing KJ's leagues anymore?
Uncle Ted is in the lobby.
Give Jock Peterson playing time against lefties, he might hit 40 home runs. Nobody does it. Is that his team? Is he giving away?
I don't know.
Uncle Ted team two? But
No. I don't know who Uncle Ted is. He's usually in all the chat lobbies though, right? Like he's kind of a funny guy.
He's trying to be funny here, calling us old farts.
Oh, okay.
No, that was the pirate guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think Uncle Ted is an old guy.
Well, Uncle Ted, we're going through this next round, and then we're done.
Next round, this is it. This is the turning point of the round.
All right. Last comments. What do you think? What do you think, Shawn? This go good?
Oh, Bryson Stott. That's a guy that's could pop this year too, huh? Big guy. Showed a lot of power when he was in college. Hasn't really got there. Got more speed than you thought.
He's a little bit of platoon risk, no?
Yeah, that's the problem with it. I'm not so worried about the platoon. I just think that won't hit high enough in the lineup a little bit. But when you're waiting that long at a second baseman, it's fair. I do like him. And, I think he was like an 8th rounder in the 15 teamers last year, early 8th rounder. So
I said we were going to stay on the air until the sun set in your background.
Nice.
It just won't go down.
should I change the background?
Yeah, definitely. So,
whoa, Randy.
Rosarina.
Hey, Shawnee, are you coming to New Jersey or not?
No, I can't.
You're not? Oh, okay. Last time I talked to you were thinking about it.
But isn't that the same weekend that the AL and the NL auctions are?
Yeah.
So,
well, that's Sunday and Monday, but yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. And he was I don't know. It's just too much going on.
Okay.
There's a speed guy.
Yeah, Rick is thanking us for taking the time here, a good hour out of our
night. Would you have taken a Rosarina here if he made it to you, or are you not?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm up. No. I mean, if I didn't take a Hap there and I waited, maybe. But I need to take a yellow here.
Was Dominguez ever in your thought process as a young guy?
Jason Dominguez, yes, he would have been in the thought process, right? I think he's going to keep moving up. There's some talk about him hitting leadoff, right? So if that's the case, he'll be moving up quite a bit, I think. So,
are you taking a Brewer here?
No. I'm gonna take Kikuchi. That's who I'm gonna take.
Did he take that guy?
And with that,
That's just going to knock you guys off the air with that
That's
pick?
going to knock us right off the air with that pick there. Kikuchi.
He's got K's right at his name.
Does he have an ERA ever under 4?
Huh? He's going to be fine. He's going to strike everybody out.
Greg, give me the information. Has he had I know he's throwing harder and he was better last year. The command stuff was there for Houston especially, but has he had an ERA ever under 4 for the year?
I do not know. Come
on, you're going to make me look
think so. I could look it up, but I'm signing off right now, so I can't look it up.
Is that Tom's job? He has to look for the details. So you're minus 1 skill set in this thing because I'm not looking up anything either.
I would have looked it up for you if we were drafting together. That was my job, remember?
Yeah. The good old days, huh?
The good old days of labor. So
I think I'm in the Josh Lowe camp this year now.
Are you? I think so too. I think that's...
Yeah, I'm not. He kind of was a 10th rounder, something like that in the main event. But if you're looking for speed there, I think that's he's got that combo in the ballpark where they're playing. Could be an interesting guy, especially 2 years ago. He kind of came on. He had a lot of value. Might sit against some lefties, but yeah, you could have used him, John.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have taken him over the pitcher and then got a different pitcher. But hey, that's just me.
That's all right.
But what do I know? I'm an ex-Hall of Famer. I'm an ex-Hall of Famer. Greg kicked me out.
Well, you're still in, kind of. But I'll let people know when I bring you up to the stage of champions that you're a washed-up Hall of Famer. So
I should be holding the clipboard, directing something like her. Yeah.
You got another chance this year. That's the beauty.
I'm not doing the Sean Childs chat in your message board anymore.
Nah, we're done with that. Nobody goes on the message boards anymore. This is where we're doing it right here, baby. So, all right. That's a wrap for us tonight, everybody. Rotowire Online Championship. Go to playnfbc.com. I got a promo code up here. It's good through tonight. $25 off if you want for a Roto.
Roto 25.
Roto 25. It's good through tomorrow morning. So it's only good through tomorrow. But check it out. And appreciate it, everybody. John, thanks for taking the time to do this. Good luck the rest of the way. Shawn, thanks for joining us as well. Maybe we'll do one more before we go to Las Vegas. But if not, I'll see both of you guys in Las Vegas. All right?
All right. Sounds great.
Say what?
You guys
bring golf clubs.
No, I'm not bringing golf clubs there. You go with Brady. All right.
I want to see if this guy takes a speed guy.
Okay, we'll watch for this last one.
All right.
I mean, 8 seconds.
Oh, then I'll get it done.
Yeah. He's a guy that can hit a lot more home runs coming off of kind of a disappointing year in the power department. Yeah.
Nice pick.
But now does he have? Well, I guess Breggin's going to have to play third base now. He can't shift him.
I'm trying to sign off. Can't you tell I'm trying to sign off here?
Well, can you leave and we just do it without you?
No, you can't. So we'll do it again. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all. All right. Good night.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Right, good luck.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.